in a regular situation, obviously this season hasn't been regular, but in a regular situation, I think we haven't really asked you about this since we were in Chicago, but a player would make a decision on the next season when the season ends, right? But there was a 4-month hiatus this time around. Oh, there you go.
Dave.
I'm not going to ask you your decision. I just want to know, because that you had that big break of time, did it enter into your mind more than maybe it would have had you just been playing games?
Actually, I haven't. I was still focused on trying to see what the NBA was going to do about this season and if we're going to come back or not. But no, it haven't crossed my mind. And within this 4 months, 4-month break.
Hey, Anthony, it's Mike Trudell back in LA. And, we think back to the last time you were in the playoffs and had that dominant first round against Portland before the tough series against Golden State. Did you feel like there was a difference in your game in like the postseason AD versus what you've done so far in the regular season? Is there another level that you get to, or how similar or different would you say that is for you, for your postseason experience to your regular season game experience?
I think obviously you got to raise your level somewhat. I think everybody level raises in the postseason, and for me, I just try to take it up a notch. But I don't think there's a big discrepancy between in-season AD and postseason AD.
AD. Next question is going to be from Tanya.
I'm wondering how close or far, as you guys are going through practice, how close or far do you feel like to where you guys want to be for when the games count?
I think we're pretty close. There's still some things that we need to work on. We were one of the worst teams in transition, so we've been going over that a ton, watching film on that a ton. But I think everybody came back in shape. You could tell God's been working during the break, and now it's just about putting it all back together.
You guys have talked a lot this year about your chemistry, but obviously being in the same place. Is there something that you guys do a lot more of together? Is it just meals? Is it something on campus like fishing, golf, something like that?
It's been video games so far. We're starting, a couple of leagues and different couple games. We didn't do that much, in LA. So I think that's kind of been the biggest thing that we, adopted since we've been here is playing video games as a team.
Okay, now the next one's going to come from Will.
All right, David.
AD, David Aldridge, how are you, sir? Hey, this may be an odd question, but did you have anything in terms of a pregame routine going out to Staples, getting to Staples, once you got to Staples, somebody that you saw in the building before every game, or that you did before every game, that you won't be able to do in the bubble that you will miss?
No, I mean, just kind of treat it as a away game routine, just kind of go into that format. But there's nothing that I did specifically that will alter my pregame routine.
Okay, next up, Chris Mannix.
With the MVP voting going to be happening next couple of weeks or whatever, what do you think the strongest argument is for LeBron to be MVP this year?
The things he's doing at his age. I mean, he's playing like probably one of his best years. Top team in the West. The things he's able to do on the floor. Especially when everybody was saying, he was washed and he should hang it up and all these things. He come back with a dominant performance, and then just to be even in the race, at this age, at this point in his career, and for me to see it every night, and the things he do on a consistent basis, not in stretches, 3 games here, 4 games here, but he does it every night. And he's been doing it his whole career. I think it's a good argument for him to be MVP.
Okay, Joe Barden here.
So they took us in the arena today, and we saw what it's look like. It's not an empty gym how you imagine. Have you seen it? And what do you think?
I think it's pretty cool. How to have the big monitors where you can have your family, friends, fans, whoever, kind of be in the arena. I think that's a pretty dope idea. I know they're still trying to figure out some things as far as lighting and the sounds and stuff, but I think the whole concept of it is pretty dope.
And they showed us seats where players can go and watch other teams' games.
Yeah.
You think you'll do that?
I'm not sure. Gotta look at the schedule and see who's playing and stuff like that, but there's not much to do here. So I mean, to go out and watch some other teams and scout a little bit. I might end up doing it.
Okay, Rachel.
Sure.
We have the whole rest versus rust debate a lot, but we've never really had it when there's a 4-month break in the middle of the season. Do you think that your team in particular is going to come back more rested and actually maybe healthier, more energized, or more rested and a little not quite as together?
I think we're rested and energized. I think it just gave everybody a chance to decompress, in the middle of the season and try to get back healthy, get their bodies back right, and just kind of get away from the game a little bit. So I think just whoever wins is going to be the team that's mentally tough. I mean, I don't think this has to do anything with physical attributes. It's more, who's mentally tough to get through, just being here, not seeing your family, and getting back to work. So I think we have an advantage in that category.
Mark Spears.
Good morning.
I know you're not going to have a social justice message on your jersey, but is there anything that you're passionate about that you want to get out? Maybe the games on your shoes. I know a lot of guys are talking about Breonna Taylor. Is there anything that's really impactful and meaningful to you that you hope to get out over these next 3.5 months?
Yeah, I think just as a group, we're trying to figure out what we can do as a team. This is one of the biggest platforms that we can use for ourselves to speak out and for everyone to hear us. So I think individually we're impactful, but together we're more impactful. And we've been trying to figure out things as a group as far as the Lakers for months since everything's been going on. So we're still trying to figure out ways that we can kind of let our voices be heard as a unit during the games. Whether it might be shirts or whatever it is. And then for me individually, I have some shoes coming to kind of represent it.
And on a follow-up on that, with your brand, LeBron's brand, combined with the Lakers brand,
Right.
you guys probably have the loudest voice here too. Is that something you guys talk about and trying to make the best of that?
We haven't talked about that specifically, but we just know just as the Lakers brand, is huge, and it's trying to use that platform that the Lakers have, and then individually that each player has, and bring it all together to be heard even more.
Taylor.
So we know obviously you're focused on winning, but we heard Vogel talk about why he should be Defensive Player of the Year. What were your thoughts on what he said, and what's your case for that?
I didn't hear what Vogel said.
What
is that?
What's your case for why you should be?
I don't have a case. I let my teammates decide and the fans decide. But I just go out there and play hard every night. My biggest impact that I think I have is defensively. I love playing defense. I love stopping other players, making it tough on other players. So it's just like my case in a nutshell. But I'm pretty sure Coach has some good things, and I'm pretty sure you guys ask LeBron, he'll have a whole list for you guys. But I just go out there and try to be great and lead my team on the defensive end and help them guys get better each and every night.
Thank you. That'll be Will. The last ones. Will, all set.
All right, we're going to take 2 more. Melissa.
Hey, D, Melissa Rowland here. I'm curious, obviously the bubble in many senses is pretty restrictive, but do you feel kind of a newfound sense of freedom and just being able to walk around by yourself without security with you at all times?
I always gotta have freedom. It's more so just a safety thing. We're safe here. There's no one that's allowed to be in here that's not allowed to be in here. So, a lot of guys are safe and just able to walk around and kind of do your own thing. So, I think that's what everybody was kind of, worried about before with the parks opening and how secure the camp is going to be, the bubble is going to be. And when we got here, we kind of saw that it was pretty secure and just kind of took that off our shoulders a little bit.
Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.